So Joey, there was a song by Tower Power, Rick Stevens, that meant a lot to you. Why did it mean so much to you?
He's just a good guy. I mean, I grew up with him in prison with Jimmy Mack. Isn't that something? A mobster from Manhattan and the singer of Tower of Power? Tell me that ain't a hell of a crew. Rick Stevens was salt of the earth, man. He was the founder of Tower of Power, one of the biggest bands in the world. And he did a song called You're Still a Young Man. And every year for my birthday, my 18th, 20th, 25, 30, 35, 40, every year for 40 fucking years I sang You're Still a Young Man in front of my mirror. And he would sing it to me on the yard.
Wow.
Because he was in there with me doing life.
Yeah.
He got busted in 77. I mean...
I can confirm this from the New York Times. Rick Stevens, funk soul singer convicted of murder, died at 77. And what he'd done was, he was convicted of killing 3 men in a drug-addicted haze and served 36 years in prison. And he got out in California. He died when he was 77 from liver cancer.
Yeah, we all got that liver cancer thing. I wonder if it was in the water. But no, Rick was a phenomenal singer. You know, he'd serenade me on my birthday because I used to tell him, you know. I asked him, that's the man I asked. I said, every time we go to visiting, there would be this little black girl. And I loved her up. She was 5 years old, and I'd see her every Saturday. Well, we parted after I saved the officer's life, and they sent me out of state. I didn't see him for 20 years. And when I got back to Mule Creek, when they sentenced me to life again in 2002, he was there at Mule Creek with me and with Jimmy Mack. They were both dying, and they wouldn't admit it, but they knew they were dying. And I said, hey, so how's Karen? I said, Joey, she's a mother, has 3 kids. She's a grandmother now, that little 5-year-old girl. So that's why it's you know, my life has gone so full circle. But I think of Rick Stevens so much. I ask everybody, go to YouTube and do Rick Stevens, and the tribute to him, and his story is on there. That's somebody you should have interviewed. But yeah, it was something else to see that crew. Jimmy Mack, the Manhattan, the Meat Wagon Killer, Rick Stevens, and Joey Torres.
Wow.
A hell of a combination, huh?
Wow.
Don't forget the Onion Field Killer, too.
Who?
The Onion Field Killer, my jogging buddy. Oh, he just killed all these people in Bakersfield. But
oh, my God.
Yeah, it's...
All right, so this first section, then, that we're doing about your life story, we're at the point where the judge is now resentencing you, and I'm just going to read from the court document. So this is all legit. Mr. Torrey, I'm not going to allow you to withdraw your plea agreement and burden the taxpayers of this state with a long, drawn-out trial. You pled guilty to 187 murder, and in about 5 minutes, that's what you will be sentenced to. Numerous fights in youth authority and trying to purchase a gun while in custody. Bad places are for bad people, and you're without a doubt bad people. Incorrigible is right. Your sentence is just the beginning, as the Briggs Initiative has just passed on November of 1982, which protects minors, not adults or gangsters like you. You should not have been sentenced to the YA. I'm not going to correct that wrong. No, I am going to correct that wrong. You should not handle a 3 to 5 year deal, and now you are back. He banged his gavel and asked you to stand before he continued, and he said, I hereby sentence you to 25 years to life in the California Department of Corrections. I will give you credit for 822 days that you served in the youth authority.